Hello, good morning. Welcome to my channel, Priya's Precious Plants. Today I would like to take you all on a tour of my garden. This is towards the end of May and I want to show and share my progress. So let's get started. Look at the beautiful carnation blooms, pink, red and white. They bloom in the summertime and springtime and they're beautiful, and I use them also as cut flowers. So I just cut them and then put them in a vase inside. And there's my dog Stella. Hello. Hi Stella. Stella. All right, she's busy and enjoying the garden in the morning with me also. So I want to also share that I have these carrots which I am going to harvest right now and see if some of them are ready. So this is my bed of carrots. I'm going to just pull out one and see. I have been pulling out a few at a time. Some of them had bolted. I'm not sure whether they're very big. Oh, that looks good. That looks like a good carrot. And as and when you need it, it's a good time to just get the bigger ones out. So let's try this one. That looks good too. Wow, that's a good one. So I'm gonna just start filling my basket as we go along. I don't need too many carrots. I'm going to do this one maybe. This one looks big too. So I'm just eyeballing it and seeing which one is a bigger one. And oh, that looks good too. Wow, that's a good one. All right, that is enough for now. And I'm going to let the others grow because I don't need too many carrots all at the same time. So I'm going to let this bed keep growing. So this is my bed of snap peas and shelling peas. So I can see that some of them are bigger. So I'm going to harvest some of the bigger ones here and this one. And all these I am going to just hold it and then snip it with the scissors, because if you pull, then it pulls on the whole plant. So I'm going to take out some of these. I already harvested quite a few yesterday. So these plants are now beginning to die, and I'm going to try to get one more succession plant. So I'm going to put in some more seeds, and I did put in some there. You can see the small one that's coming. And that one is a newer one. So as it grows, then that will start producing. So these were the older plants and now they are finishing up. This is my blueberry bush, and I have two varieties of blueberries here. And you can see the tiny blueberries that are coming, but they're not ripe yet, so none of them can be harvested. So these are the two blueberries. I think one was Misty and then the other one was Jewel. Yeah, this one is Jewel and the other one is Misty. My garlic is ready to harvest. So what I've done is, this is the central part which formed into a scape like a spiral, and I have cut that. So once you cut that, then it starts drying up more and increasing the size of the bulbs underneath. So hopefully this has started already, and in a week I will harvest these garlic bulbs. These are bell peppers, green bell peppers. I have 3 in this big grow bag, and they are coming up slowly. Peppers take a long time, and needs a long sunny weather to grow. So now it has started becoming sunny, so hopefully this will keep growing. My Swiss chard has started bolting, and you can see they are going to flower. So I had already harvested a lot of Swiss chard. This is a raspberry, and this is blackberry, and this one is from Cherry Valley Nursery. It's called Chester, blackberry Chester, and this is growing well. The plant is growing well. There was another one I have, but that one is hardly growing. This one is growing pretty well. Next I have the potatoes, and these are from just garden potatoes, and they have sprouted well. So here is some more mint. This is just transplanted from my old mint plant. You can see a ladybug on that, so eating some bug. Ladybugs are friends in the garden. This is also a bed of potatoes. Look at this potted plant. This has 2 tomato plants, and they are really prolific, and I'm so excited. Look at that. The tomatoes have started. You can see the tomato there and the tomato here. I hope you can see that. And they are starting to come out. There's one more here. I am so excited. So these are, I think this is the AMISH paste. I have 2 of them. I've been trying to thin out, but still it's growing quite bushy. And then I have another tomato here. I think this is a red cherry tomato. I'm not exactly sure now. The label has faded away, so I don't know. But this is also very prolific. There are lots of flowers. This is my bed of scallop squash. You can see that the male flowers have opened up, and there is one scallop squash coming in between. You can see that there, but there was another one which broke off. I think this did not pollinate very well. When they don't pollinate very well, they do not stay very well. Let me see. This is a male flower, and this one is also a male flower. So unless you have male and female, then you can use a Q-tip and do these pollination, like take the pollen from the male flower onto the female flower. So I think this already pollinated, and this one has already pollinated. Where is it? There. That one has already pollinated. Hopefully that will grow into a bigger squash. That one, okay? And then this one is also squash. Going on to the raised beds, I have bean plants, and they are beautiful. They're starting to produce beans. You can see the bean here. This is the bush bean, and these are the flowers. So this is the bush bean. I think it's the Blue Lake bush bean. I had planted that, and then these are also bean plants here. Here's another bean plant, and in between I have dill that has gone to flower, but I'm going to leave it because that will attract some of the beneficial bugs. And these are all in between bean plants. Nasturtium, look at the nasturtium. It just takes over this whole area, so I have to keep trimming it. This is the pole bean, and you can see that I have this net, and I have allowed it to grow tall on the pole, and then it just takes over and then continues on the net. So see how tall it has gotten, and it'll keep growing taller and taller. So I'll have to figure out how to train it sideways maybe. So this is the pole beans. And then I have okra. You can see the okra in between. I wanted to share that this is my bed of okra, but you can see that the okra leaves have been chewed up. I think the grasshopper was damaging quite a few of the leaves. So I had to make a spray with garlic and dish soap. I crushed the garlic, added a little bit of dish soap, and diluted it. First, I boiled it like a tea, then diluted that in water and made it into a spray. And I have sprayed this bed, and hopefully the grasshopper will not come back to chew on the bean plant leaves and the okra leaves. You can see tiny okra that is starting. This is the Alabama red, and then I have heavy hitter, and you can see that a tiny okra is starting. Here also there are some okra that are starting. Those are the okra. All right, this is my black beauty squash, and I just saw this morning that there was a female flower that is opened, and there was also a male flower. The male flower has a single stamen, I guess that's what it's called, and you can see the female has multiple spokes, and you use a Q-tip and put the pollen of the male onto the female. And actually these ants are also good pollinators, so that's what they are doing. So hopefully they will also pollinate, and then finally this will become a zucchini. You can see the zucchini starting in the bottom. I hope you can see it on the video. Below that flower is the actual zucchini that is forming. Okay, so this is the female that forms into the zucchini, and but it has to be properly pollinated either by us or by the bees or ants like this. And there are other zucchini also that are starting, but I'm not sure whether I'm not sure whether this has been pollinated well. But if this pollinates very well today, then this will continue to grow into a zucchini. Okay, and then in this bed I also have cucumber, and so this is the variety called the Puna Kira, which is a variety I grew up eating in India. So this I got from Baker Creek, and the Puna Kira is a very sweeter, and the skin is also very mild, so it is edible. And so this initially, some of the plants were chewed up by the roly-polies, but now these two have survived. I have an Armenian cucumber also here. Let me show you. This is the Armenian cucumber, and all around I have to stake it, and then all around I have carrots, and I'm harvesting some of them, and this one has gone to flower, so I will just let it form into seeds for next season. but this has a lot of carrots. I might be harvesting some, but I harvest them as and when I need them. This is just agapanthus in the middle, but around them I had just put some bunching onions, so they have come out, so I have to harvest those. These are the bunching onions, and you can see how big they are. So today I'm going to harvest these 3 here, and I'm going to add more seeds of the bunching onions. These are the bunching onions that I just harvested. Look at that, how beautiful they have come out. This is very easy to grow from seeds. All right, coming to the pride and joy, my tomato bed. Beautiful. They are growing very well and very tall, and I'm trying to keep growing them vertically and avoiding a lot of side shoots and branches by taking out the suckers. But you can see flowers here, and there are different varieties. I have the red cherry. This is the red cherry, I think. And then I have also made the Florida weave. You can see that how when you weave it and then tie it to the pole, then you come back on the opposite end. Okay, so one end of the string is on this side and the other end is on the other side, so that your main stem of the tomato plant remains in the middle. So you have to keep doing the Florida weave. So I did 1, then 2, and then the other day I did the 3rd layer. So there are 3 layers of this Florida weave to keep the plants all growing vertically. They're all growing well, and I did thin out some of the lower leaves. I'm going to thin out some more, but this whole bed is doing beautifully. I think I saw somewhere also tomatoes are starting in this bed also. And in between I have dill. So this is dill, and dill is again a companion. Chives is a companion, and you can do bunching onions or regular onions. Now unfortunately the peas that I planted here have been chewed up by roly-polies. You can see the roly-polies. Look at that, look at that. He is just attacking all my pea plants. Look at that, look at those roly-polies. These are the guys I'm saying they love pea plants, and I have to shake them off and get them off the leaves, but I have to do other tricks to get them off. They are terrible. They've been eating up all my pea plants. They love the pea plants just like I love them. They have chewed up all my pea plants, so this time I didn't get any good amount of snap peas. And then I have basil. Again, the basil I started from seeds and I have transplanted, but you can see the leaves are chewed up by these roly-polies. I'm trying to keep this. This is a toilet paper roll, and I keep this outside as a barrier, and you can see that the roly-polies are trying to get on the paper towel roll or the toilet paper roll, and that kind of is a deterrent. I'm going to try to do another trick which I learned, and that is cut an orange and put the orange on the ground, and they will get attracted to the juice of the orange. So there's a basil. If you can see, there is a basil growing there also. This is my strawberry bed, and I am going to try to prune some of the runners today, but you can see the strawberries are coming and they are getting ripened. I kept them inside these baskets because this protects them from the roly-polies getting to it and also the birds getting to it. So these baskets are really helpful, and they are very small and tiny strawberries. So I'm going to try to prune some of the runners. Apparently runners are these long tendril like things which also form into plants, but they are not needed. I have plenty, So I'm going to try to prune some of those when I see them to make sure that I grow bigger sized strawberries. And these are the June bearing, so they're all going to start fruiting. In this one I have basil. Some of it has been damaged by the roly-polies, but some are still protected, so I hope this will really be a good prolific basil bed. And here are the garlic. So this is what I was saying, that these are the scapes. These are called scapes, and they form into curls like this, and I'm going to trim that. Once you trim that, then the bulb starts becoming bigger in the pot, and then after about a week or 10 days or so, then you can start harvesting. So let's see how this turns out. These are calendula, orange calendula. They're beautiful. Again, I've just put them as a cut flower. I have multiple pots with flowers, and they are very essential for pollination. This is my bird of paradise, and hummingbird loves them. And this is calendula. This is the orange calendula. Beautiful. Look at the flower. Amazing color. So I hope you enjoyed the tour today. And this has the squash, cucumbers, and the carrots. This one has the beans, pole beans, and bush beans, and okra, and dill in between, and cilantro, which has gone to flower. And then the bed in the back had all the tomatoes. All right, ciao.